Chief is finally back. It's out. You've played it by now. I'm Gift22, and I'm joined here by my good friend Insurgent, Danny Newball, to give a little campaign overview and discussion for Halo Infinite. Welcome to Two Avg Brothers. Before we return to the video, I'd like to give Danny a quick plug. Check him out on Twitch at DP Gaming. He posts a lot of good stuff there, and also his family's got to eat. Also, we did not preface this in the video, so consider this your spoiler warning for anything regarding Halo Infinite. Now back to the video. So Danny, part of the reason I wanted to talk to you about this is because we're both old as We've been playing Halo since Combat Evolved. So with all the previous titles and everything in mind, what were some of your initial thoughts on Infinite's campaign?
Were you blinded by its majesty? Paralyzed? Dumbstruck?
You know, coming into the campaign and loading the game up, I was excited.
Yeah.
But I was also a little like hesitant coming off of the Halo 5 story, which was pretty bad.
Yeah.
And coming off of Halo 4, which it wasn't as bad as 5.
It was a respectable first entry for 343.
It was good. It wasn't bad, it wasn't great, it was good. And loading into Infinite, hearing the classic Halo music,
yeah,
just getting those feels, and immediately with the story starting off with Echo 419, seeing him just there, seeing his family, and already getting that dark feeling of these are dark times. I was already like, all right, starting off strong.
Yeah,
getting Chief, getting the whole Halo 3 vibes. It was great. I honestly got goosebumps during that first beginning part.
Yeah, and when he looked at Echo 419 and he said, "I need a weapon," dude, I had a huge stupid smile across my face because personally Halo 2 is my favorite, and that reference was just, it was amazing.
My gosh.
You could see it coming.
Right after the Covenant jump into Earth space, the Navy going in to intercept them, Admiral Hood going, "Chief, defend this station."
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you, Halo 2 was such a great game, and I still get goosebumps even now every time I go back and replay it.
Yeah, me too. One of the big things that really stuck out was the change in art style, which I was all for. Yeah, I'm going to be honest, I thought some of the armored variants, if you want to call it that, it looked pretty stupid in Halo 4 and 5. So I was glad to see Chief's more classic Mjolnir armor look.
The art style was interesting in 4 and 5. I was a little bit of a fan of it, actually. I thought it looked cool. I loved the futuristic look. I didn't like how almost chonky, I want to say, the Spartans look. But I love the return to almost Combat Evolve-esque style.
Yeah, they said that was their main source of inspiration for Infinite was Combat Evolved.
It feels like Combat Evolved and it feels like Reach. Those are my two big ones when I was playing that this game feels like.
Yeah. I felt like just playing it was paced more like a Halo game, but you could still sprint, and obviously some of the new armor attachments, the grapple hook, like it just played smooth like a Halo game should. It didn't feel like as Call of Duty-esque as the previous entries.
Which I enjoy that. You already know how much both of us had fun with the Halo 4 multiplayer.
Oh, I definitely did.
So I'm not gonna like poop or too much on it because it was good.
It was, and I did have fun playing Halo 4 and the multiplayer, but I do like how they went back to more of the roots. And that also came with, I guess, baggage, if you want to call it that. Like, this was a 6-year drought for Halo, and that's the longest since its inception. And then the tack on from year 5 into 6 was obviously, the game didn't look quite finished upon its original trailer.
It seemed very off.
It didn't have that polish.
Now, coming from 5, where you had all the Spartan teams together in Infinity, you had Osiris, you had Blue Team, you have Fire Team Majestic. I wanted to know what happened to all of them. I know they kind of explained it that they sent Blue Team off on another mission, so they were off Infinity. And I think same thing with Osiris Team, I believe they were off, but I want to know what is their fate, or if that's something we'll find out in later stories, probably Halo Infinite 2, probably DLC. And what happened to the Spartan 4s and Majestic that were still on Infinite?
Yeah. Well, this is supposed to be a 10-year plan for Halo, so at some point there's probably going to be additional campaign content. And one thing I'd really like to see in the campaign, I'd like to see the Arbiter again.
I think that was something they were really missing in 4 and 5, is seeing more of the Arbiter, especially like in 4 when you got to go to St. Helios. I think it would have been better if you played as the Arbiter, maybe. Really see his side of the war, get it going, and then bring in Osiris, like do the whole split like they did in Halo 2.
Yeah.
I think that would have really not only branch out the story more, but let people at least get more Arbiter time.
Yeah, you're just kind of thrown in the middle of it, and there was such a huge gap since we last saw him at the end of Halo 3. Moving forward a little bit, one of the big liberties that they took with Halo Infinite was they made it a more open world sandbox approach. And that came with side quests, like rescuing Marine squads, capturing FOBs, taking out high-value targets.
I honestly enjoyed it.
I did too. I found myself at times getting lost doing side objectives because it was fun. Because at the beginning of Infinite, I felt intimidated by the Banished. And then you feel like as you're taking these FOBs and capturing Marine squads back, you're starting to win the fight.
Open world games I'm usually 50-50 on, because some of them I can get into, some of them I can't. Like the Fallout series and the Far Cry series, they're good games. It's just that I can't get into them as much.
Yeah, I've tried playing my fair share of Fallout, but for me, I just felt like there was too much to do.
I will say the only Fallout, probably, and I know this is a little off topic, New Vegas was the only one I could really get into the most. But I was curious to see, because I didn't want to be like, have just this open world turn me off. And it didn't. It was a nice, fun amount of open world. It was that freedom and exploration, which felt like Combat Evolved's exploration. Doing the missions, helping Marine squads, taking territory from the Banished, really did feel like a war that was going on. Mm-hmm. And I'm happy they didn't clutter or overdo it like some of the Ubisoft titles do with their open world, where they just copy and paste the same objective 50 times over the map.
Yeah, it was a good balance. And one thing I really think it helped contribute to the game was, so every other Halo game, maybe give or take an ODST a little bit, it was a linear story. Like, you're traveling to other planets, you went to High Charity in Halo 2, then you go to the Ark in Halo 3. The side quests were a good separation from not feeling, bored by the scenery. You know what I mean? It was able to divide up your time and attention and keep you feeling like you're going different places a little.
I loved how unique the world looked everywhere you went,
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just the same looking environment. Like, you had your chasms, canyon, deep drops, cliffs, Banished capital ships or dreadnoughts everywhere.
Yeah.
There was one point where it was this canyon you go through, where it has the spine that the Marines were calling it, that you travel along, and you're just going down this road with Banished and Sentinel shooting at you, and you get to this gate that the Banished have a completely walled off mountain to mountain, keeping you out. Basically, you have to siege this gate to get into it, and that was one of the coolest things.
One really cool thing, I had a lot of fun taking out the high value targets because you get upgraded weapons from it.
Oh yeah, the weapon variants are really good.
That was such a cool idea.
I'm glad that they put fun first in this title.
Yeah, and along with the fun, one of the best additions was what they did with the grunts. They made them funny again. A little bit goofy, and along with that was the propaganda towers. The grunts were Bungie era grunts. It was a lot of fun.
I actually like that they brought back the funny grunts.
Me too.
Because the Halo 4 and 5 grunts sounding just like regular generic bad guys, you couldn't really understand them. I don't know, it didn't feel the same. I don't know if you felt the same way I did launching Halo 4. It felt like a different game.
It did.
It didn't entirely feel like Halo. There were some moments where it just felt like I was playing a different sci-fi game.
Yeah, it didn't have the same classic feel. I mean, I understand the approach to it at the time. You're a new studio taking over a beloved franchise. You kind of want to put your own mark on it. But unfortunately, in some of those aspects, it fell short.
But overall, they did a fantastic job with the campaign.
Yeah, they did. Walking through the ring, seeing the echoes of like you saw Halsey. When I saw Keys, that was like another. That was a big stupid smile right there.
The flashbacks got me every time. I got chills down my backs.
Yeah, and
Cortana started saying the line, when Keys is like, "Did we lose them?" And they're just going over it, and you hear Master Chief say the same thing. I found myself there. I was just whispering. I was like, "Oh my god, Pillar of Autumn."
Yeah.
I was saying the lines back. I was annoyed at first while playing the campaign because, one, I thought they killed Atriox like off screen. Like they had this big bad guy that they brought in from Halo Wars 2, who they already gave him great lore, where his faction was beating the Covenant at the height of their power, where we couldn't even compete, where they were just dominating us. They couldn't even stop Atriox.
I was confused initially with that.
He's trapped on the Ark. They do explain in some books and some side stories how he got off the Ark, how he got to Reach, and how he got to Zeta Halo and to the Infinity.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool to see, but I was like, oh man, did they really kill Atriox? And through this whole game, I was like, are we really just not going to fight him? I was also a little annoyed because even though I just said the Halo 5 story wasn't good, I wanted to see that war that was going to go on between the created and the rest of the species in the galaxy. They had this whole build-up with Cortana and the AIs rebelling, with Guardian over the planets, with humanity now not only at war with Covenant remnants and the Hand of the Covenant, which is the biggest remnant, or is it like Madonna's hand? Now they're at war with the Prometheans, the Forerunners, the Created, and now the Banish.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I tried playing through Halo 5. I got so just tired of it, I stopped playing. So this might just be for me. I was glad they just said fuck this with all that.
I think the whole hunting Master Chief was a turn off.
They didn't market it right.
They didn't.
It was really misleading.
The gameplay was very off.
Yeah, that's why with Infinite, I was glad they brought it down to Combat Evolved's story initially was humanity struggling on its last leg. It was just a better grounded approach for 343 to really make their mark on a good Halo title. Is there anything else you want to talk about as far as side quests and all that, exploring Zeta Halo before we move on to the next topic?
I think the side quests were pretty good. I wish the fobs varied, like just being different size fobs, maybe more defenders, more Marines to save, like the prison where you go, where it has all those Marines tied up, and there was chieftains and banished everywhere. I thought that was a fob at first. I was very much thorough with it. I 100% everything I could. I found all but one skull.
Oh, I didn't find any. I didn't really look. Don't roast me in the comment section below. I've never been the biggest skull hunter. As far as the story is concerned, was there one moment that you were just like, yes, this is my favorite part of the game? Is there anything that stuck out to you?
It would have to be the tank run sequence. They're like destroying vehicles, and you clear them out, and you see there's tanks there, either a Wraith or a Scorpion. And as soon as you hop into the Scorpion and set free some Marines, classic Halo theme starts playing with the drums.
Dude, I remember when I was playing it, I was like, I wasn't even thinking about, making a video out of it or anything. I was like, dude, I gotta record this. This is awesome.
And it plays all the way through. And it was such a cool sequence because they were throwing so much at you. And here you are just in your Scorpion tank and your squad of Marines trying to push through to the House of Reckoning, where you could possibly save more people. And spoiler alert, they're all dead.
Yeah.
There's no one left in the House of Reckoning.
All you're really going for is Echo 419.
Any other Marines or Spartans that they brought there died there.
My favorite moment in the game was a cutscene, not as much a gameplay moment. It was, you're going through Zeta Halo on one of the missions, and the weapon starts to learn the truth about Cortana, and this is after Chief tried to previously delete her, and she didn't understand it. Then after she learns the truth about Cortana, she deactivates the protocol so Chief can delete her, and it was just a great moment of Chief and her coming together. And then you slowly hear like the Halo 3 theme marching behind it, and then she's like, you can delete me, and then Chief like just pulls her up to his face. He's like, no, he's not going to do that. He doesn't trust her, but he wants to. And I just got the goosebumps with the soundtrack setting in too. I'm like, this is what Halo is about. Yeah, so anything else you want to add before we close out this video?
If you guys like me, liked my idea.
Oh, don't worry, I'm gonna get to that. I still have a couple more questions for you. Halo Infinite, scale it 1 to 10.
Ooh, a solid 9.
I think I agree with you there. I think 9 out of 10 is fair. Now, to follow up on that, on your list of your all-time Halo games, roughly, like, I know it's new, you might need to play through it again, but if a rough guesstimation, where is this on the list of your all-time Halo games?
It's up there with Halo 2 and Halo 3. Campaign-wise, it is up there with 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's up there with 2 and 3.
Yeah, I'd put it up there too. It's sitting in like, around the 3 to 4 slot for me. All right, Danny, thank you for coming on the channel and talking Halo with me. Now, what do you want to plug?
Oh, no, you can say it now.
Yes, what do you want to plug?
I was just going to say, if you guys liked hearing from me or want to see more of me.
Good, because I don't.
Give 22 here my channel.
Yeah, anything you want, I'll put it down in the description below. What, you on Twitch? You on YouTube? What are you doing? What can we direct the people to?
Mostly Twitch. My
Okay.
YouTube I'm still trying to work up right now.
What's your Twitch?
I will send it to you right now.
Well, say it out loud too. Dear God, it's not that hard.
Bro, you're acting like I've done this before.
Ugh,
Twitch
what, say
at
words?
And again, that is Twitch at DP Gaming.
Twitch at DP Gaming. You heard it here first. I'll add in a plug for you in the beginning of the video too.
Yeah, because there's 2 of them. There's 2 DP Gamings. There's Dude Perfect Gaming, and then literally just the letters DP Gaming.
Make sure to check out Danny on Twitch, and that's all we got for you today. Once again, thank you, Danny, for coming on Two Avg Brothers. I wanted to do a more open discussion about Halo Infinite, because like I said, we go way back on it, so let me know what you thought about the video, your thoughts on Halo Infinite. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you next time.